We are at video number 0004, Allegory of Human Life. The Bhagavad Gita may be read as a historical conversation between Arjuna and Shri Krishna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. But it can also be understood as a great allegory of human life. In this symbolic reading, Arjun stands for the individual soul, confused, struggling, and searching for truth. Shri Krishna represents the Supreme Soul, the divine voice dwelling in every heart. The divine voice dwelling in every heart. Arjun's chariot symbolizes the human body, the vehicle of life's journey. Dhritarashtra, the blind king, signifies the mind blinded by ignorance, which we call Maya, and his 100 sons represent the countless negative tendencies like greed, anger, jealousy, pride, attachment, fear that arise from ignorance. And the last one, the battlefield is life itself. The constant inner conflict between good and evil, virtue and vice, light and darkness. When the individual soul Arjun listens to the divine guidance Krishna within, he gains victory over ignorance and attains the supreme peace, the highest good. The student is asking a question. I have read the Bhagavad Gita, but I do not fully understand it. People say it is a great scripture of war and duty, but others say it is a book of wisdom and peace. How can one text be both? The Guru replies, the Gita indeed appears to be about a battle, a great war between two families. But beneath that surface lies a deeper truth. The battlefield of Kurukshetra is not only an ancient field in India, it is the battlefield within every human being. Each one of us is an Arjun, standing confused amid the conflict of life between right and wrong, truth and illusion, peace and passion. The student is asking another question. Then who is Lord Krishna in this inner battle? The Guru replies, Krishna is the voice of the divine, the supreme soul that dwells within your own heart. When you are lost in doubt or despair, that inner voice of wisdom and love, that calm, guiding presence is Krishna himself is speaking through your conscience. He does not speak from outside. He whispers from within, gently, patiently, reminding you of your true nature. His student is asking another question. And what of Arjun? Why does he feel such confusion and weakness at the start of the battle? The Guru replies, because Arjun represents you, the individual soul, at the moment of truth, when life demands action, when duty feels hard, the soul trembles. It is torn between love and responsibility, between attachment and righteousness. Arjun's chariot stands for your body, your vehicle in this world. The five horses that pull it are the five senses of yours: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. They are powerful and restless. If they are uncontrolled, the chariot runs wild. But when guided by the reins of the mind and the charioteer, Krishna, the divine wisdom, the journey becomes purposeful and peaceful. The student is asking another question. You said Dhritarashtra, the blind king, symbolizes the mind under ignorance. Why is he blind? The Guru replies, Dhritarashtra's blindness is not just of the eyes, it is the blindness of spiritual ignorance called Maya. He represents the ego bound mind, unable to see truth, always attached to its own desires. His 100 sons are the negative tendencies that arise from ignorance. For example, anger, lust, greed, pride, envy, laziness, hatred, and so on. These are the enemies within us. They occupy our inner kingdom, ruling over our actions and thoughts, and making us forget our divine nature. The student is asking another question. Then, who are the Pandavas? The Guru replies, the Pandavas are the noble qualities: truth, righteousness, self control, love, devotion, and courage. They are fewer in number, but powerful when guided by Krishna's wisdom. This is the eternal message of the Gita, that even though the forces of ignorance seem many and strong, the forces of righteousness, guided by divine wisdom, will always triumph. The student is asking another question. So, this battle between the Kauravas and Pandavas is happening within me. The Guru replies, yes, every single day. Each time you must choose between truth and comfort, kindness and selfishness, faith and fear. The battle of Kurukshetra is being fought in your own heart. Life is not a peaceful garden, it is a sacred battlefield. You cannot avoid this war, but you can fight it wisely with the guidance of Krishna, your inner Lord. The student is asking another question. But sometimes I feel weak, just like Arjun. How can I find strength in such moments? The Guru replies, when Arjun felt weak, he dropped his bow and said, I will not fight. That is when Krishna smiled and began to teach him. Strength does not come from muscles, it comes from clarity of purpose. It arises when you know that your fight is for truth, for light, for dharma, not for ego. When you surrender your actions to the divine, when you act selflessly, without attachment to results, then you become an instrument of the Lord's will. You no longer say, I fight. You say, He fights through me. That is the secret of peace in action. To act yet remain unattached. A student is asking another question. And when I listen to this inner voice, this Krishna within, what happens then? The Guru replies, then victory is certain. Not a victory over others, but a victory over yourself, over ignorance, over fear, and over desire. When the individual soul Arjun surrenders to the Supreme Soul Krishna, the battle ends in peace. You become free, free from anxiety, from confusion, from sorrow. You awaken to your true nature, pure, eternal, blissful consciousness. This is the highest good, the supreme victory. To know that you are not merely a body or mind, but the eternal self. The student is asking another question. So, the Gita is not a story of war at all. It is a guide to life itself. The Guru replies, indeed, the Bhagavad Gita is the song of the soul, a song of courage, clarity, and compassion. It teaches us to stand firm in our duties, act with wisdom, not emotion, listen to the divine voice within, defeat the darkness of ignorance with the sword of knowledge, and finally attain peace, not by escaping the world, but by living in it with divine understanding. The student is asking another question. One last question. How can I begin to hear Krishna's voice within me? How can I begin to hear Krishna's voice within me? The Guru replies, through silence, through sincerity, through selfless action. When the noise of ego quiets down, when the heart is pure, when the mind becomes still like a calm lake, then the reflection of the divine becomes visible. That voice has always been there. It only waits for you to listen. The Guru continues. Remember always, the Bhagavad Gita is not a scripture to be merely read. It is a mirror to your soul. You are Arjun. Krishna is within you. Your life is the battlefield, and your purpose is not to escape the battle, but to win it through wisdom, devotion, and surrender to the divine will. The Guru continues. The real victory is not in conquering the world, but in conquering yourself. Listen to the voice of Krishna in your heart, and you shall find peace in the midst of war, light in the midst of darkness, and freedom in the midst of life's duties. Hari Om.